Welcome back. A new Iron Bowl is about to take shape in Alabama, and it's not in football. The University of Alabama's engineering students have formed a hovercraft racing team. Hover Club of America is getting ready to host the first University Hover Bowl Challenge in March. Alabama and Auburn will face off in the race. Other teams around the nation will join them. The challenge is set for March 16th at Lake Lurleen State Park.
In middle school, made a small hovercraft using a vacuum cleaner and a piece of plywood, and we floated around on it in the gym floor, and it operates on the same principle as a hockey puck.
I think it's the beginning of a very, exciting time with the Hover Club of America and getting more people involved in the sport.
And Tuscaloosa will be home to the Firefighter Combat Challenge this spring. The event will be held at the Tuscaloosa Fire Department training facility near the University Mall, according to the Firefighter Combat Challenge website. Teams throughout the United States and Canada will compete on April 19th and 20th. The competition is a test of fitness skills in full bunker gear. Teams go head-to-head in real-life situations, including climbing a 5-story tower and rescuing life-size victims. Well, it's official. John Kerry will take over as the 68th Secretary of State. The longtime Senator from Massachusetts and 2004 Democratic presidential nominee was overwhelmingly confirmed by his colleagues in the Senate. The vote was 94-3. Kerry's confirmation makes him the first new member of President Obama's second-term cabinet to be installed. In the battle over the best and worst U.S. airports, Atlanta has come out on top. A survey from the Travel Leaders Group found that Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta International Airport is the best in the country for travelers with a connecting flight. Atlanta is also highly regarded for its dining amenities and business traveler services. Chicago's O'Hare International Airport was rated as the worst airport for travelers with connecting flights. However, O'Hare came in second in services for business travelers. And switching gears, it's going to be a busy night here watching the weather here locally.
Late tonight now. We're talking really late after midnight, Tamika. Right now we're fine. No weather issues to talk about. We're talking towards the pre-dawn hours tomorrow morning, and really early in the morning hours going to have some big issues, I think, with severe weather, primarily damaging winds, but a couple of tornadoes could be possible as well. We'll check out the radar over the past several hours, and what we have seen is this: a tornado watch now extended to the East Mississippi, West Alabama state line. When will that activity reach us? Your forecast is after the break. Stay with us.
WVUA brings you tomorrow's headlines tonight. In tomorrow's Tuscaloosa News, read how the state school superintendent says it's time to leave the No Child Left Behind Act behind. Plus, the Globe restaurant could be making a comeback. And in tomorrow's TuscaloosaNews.com web poll, does Alabama spend enough money on education?
Alabama's home team weather.
Out the Tuscaloosa Tower Cam, we are looking off in the west direction down University Boulevard. And hey, notice that shake the camera there. It is windy tonight. We have a wind advisory all night and through the day tomorrow as well. Thanks to that south wind bringing that warm and moist air in off the Gulf. Radar composite loop over the past several hours. We have some trouble developing west of us. In fact, several supercell thunderstorms developing into a squall line over parts of extreme west Mississippi, the Mississippi River Delta there. And the yellow box you see, that's a tornado watch up to the West Alabama state line. No Alabama counties under the tornado watch at this point, but that will change, I think, later tonight. And first thing tomorrow morning. Hey, also watching these cells down the road Mobile, not severe at the time. We're going to watch these. They drift north towards Marengo County and some of our southern counties there. Not expecting much out of that at this point. What we're really watching is this activity back to the west moves our way late tonight and early tomorrow. But notice a slow progression towards the east. It's going to take some time before that activity does reach us. Right now we have 70s on the board. How about that for a 10 o'clock hour on a January night? 71 in Tuscaloosa. We're about 15 to 20 degrees above average, our average high for this time of the year. We're talking 70s right now. Again, we're going to stay mild tonight. I don't think temperatures drop that much. In fact, we'll likely continue to deal 70s tonight. One concerning thing is dew points are rising. 66 the dew point in Tuscaloosa, mid to upper 60s across all of west and central Alabama. That is fuel for showers and storms. And as the dew point and air temperature continues to rise just a bit, that will cause more instability in the atmosphere, and that will cause some issues again late tonight. Here's the activity again, throwing on the satellite loop. You see all the cloud cover to deal with out there and the big area low pressure back off towards the west, they have blizzard conditions across the northern and central plains in some spots as the cold air is getting wrapped behind the storm system. But on the leading edge of that, that's where the warm, moist area is. In fact, right over Alabama, Mississippi, and Louisiana, that's where the severe weather issue is going to be later on tonight and during the day tomorrow. So here's what we're talking about. Break down the forecast tomorrow for you. 9 o'clock in the morning, 68 severe storms are likely. Yeah, south wind around 30 miles per hour. That's going to be kind of gusty. We're talking wind gusts on average 30 to 35 in spots. Very windy out there. That's outside of the thunderstorms. We're just talking the regular wind to deal with. Now, inside the thunderstorms, the windy conditions certainly likely. Severe storms expected 9 o'clock in the morning. As we go towards lunch, we're talking mid-60s. Temperatures go the wrong way tomorrow. 55 as we go towards 3 o'clock. Temperatures fall after the front passes, and the front should pass Tuscaloosa, Birmingham by at least lunch tomorrow. All right, futurecast. Winds and some mist start to move in. Midnight tonight, showers will likely develop across much of West Alabama. Nothing severe at midnight. I think it's after that when severe weather issues start to move in. We're talking mainly after 3 a.m. for the western side of the state. Here's the squall line on futurecast. Again, about 3 a.m. moving in northwest Alabama. The line continues to move off towards the east, and this slowed down just a little bit, about maybe an hour or so. Should be reaching the Birmingham metro and East Alabama. Let's go towards 10 o'clock in the morning, and after lunch, it will be in the state of Georgia. As the cold air takes over, temperatures again fall. During the day tomorrow, sunshine returns in full force. How about that on Thursday and Friday? It is going to be nice in terms of the sunny weather, but it's going to be kind of chilly out there. Temperatures back in the low 50s on Thursday and Friday. All right, breaking down what we're talking about here, 2 a.m. to 8 a.m., the severe weather threat over West Alabama, East and Central Alabama, 8 a.m. to lunch. What we're expecting, damaging winds. The primary concern, isolated tornadoes are possible. So 60 to 80 mile per hour wind gusts possible anywhere across all of Central Alabama. Just stay alert. If you go under severe thunderstorm warning, to be safe, I would just head on in that safe place. Again, the primary concern, damaging winds, but a few tornadoes are going to be possible. Tonight's low 66, tomorrow's high 68. That will occur early in the daytime. 100% chance of rain tomorrow. Guaranteed it's going to rain at your house. So Thursday, Friday, here comes the cool air. A passing shower or two will become possible on Saturday. The chance to rain pretty small. And then it's going to Sunday and Monday. Another warming trend, low 60s likely on Monday and Tuesday. Also overnight lows back at around 40 at night. Here's our Tuscaloosa Toyota fishing game forecast. Best activity for tomorrow is going to happen around 4:20 in the afternoon. Peak action to good range during the overnight hours. We're talking at about 3:40 a.m.
Also need to make sure that everyone has their weather radios up and running.
Yeah, NOAA weather radio, very important tool. If we go under tornado warning, we'll be right here all night long watching it. And if we do have that tornado warning, we'll be on television. We'll let you know where it is. We'll also do cut-ins if needed in terms of the severe weather.
All right, busy night in weather, busy night in sports.
Yeah, a lot happening. And one thing we're talking about tonight, the University of Alabama has responded to the Sports Illustrated story about SWATs. I'll explain. And prep hoops tonight, Hillcrest needed a victory over arch rival County High to clinch the area championship. This one went right down to the wire. Highlights next in sports.
Now, the Tuscaloosa Chevrolet Sports Update with WVUA's Gary Harris.
It was media day at the Super Bowl in New Orleans. Reporters from around the world got to question players from both teams today at the Superdome. A lot of non-sports reporters are involved, so things tend to border on bizarre at times. Big news, though, involved Ravens iconic linebacker Ray Lewis. According to Sports Illustrated, Lewis tried to obtain deer antler velvet extract in an attempt to speed the healing for a torn triceps that sidelined him for more than half the season. Deer antler spray reportedly contains IGF-1, which is one of the NFL's list of banned substances. The product is marketed by a company out of Birmingham known as SWATs. Lewis denied taking it. Awesome. And good evening, everyone. Alabama football is also part of the story, as 3 players were mentioned in the piece. Deborah Lane, Alabama's assistant to the president and associate vice president for university relations, released the university's first official comments in response to the article, which was posted on SI.com today and will hit newsstands later this week. UA has been aware of this situation for some time, and we have monitored this company for several years, Lane wrote. They have twice ignored cease and desist letters sent by our compliance office. We have maintained consistent education of our student athletes regarding the substances in question and will continue to do so. SEC hoops tonight, Kentucky, well, they're still Kentucky. They cool off red-hot Ole Miss tonight in Oxford, 87-74. And Tennessee, after beating Alabama by a point, 54-53 on Saturday, and Knoxville beat in-state rival Vanderbilt by a point in Knoxville tonight, 58-57. On the prep scene, big area matchup in hoops tonight as Hillcrest played host to Tuscaloosa County High. Great atmosphere for a big game. First period action. Hillcrest, Quentin Cross drains the three, and Hillcrest is up 10-1. But back come the Wildcats. Christopher Johnson hits a three ball of his own. Wildcats now down by only 3. And then watch this as County High gets the breakaway to Justice Green, and he throws it down. County High leads 19-17. This one goes right down to the wire, but Hillcrest pulls it out 57-56. They win the area championship. Wrestling now. It was senior night out at Tuscaloosa County High. They had a quad meet. Final home match of the season for the Wildcats. TCHS hosting Pelham here. Northridge and Hillcrest also involved. TCHS tied Pelham 36-36. Head coach Jamie Griffin told us it's been a great season, and now the Wildcats are looking forward to moving on to the postseason and doing some big things.
Coming in 28-7, we've had a very successful season. We're looking for some momentum to roll into section, and we're going to need it. We're going to have to wrestle the best that we can possibly wrestle at our section. But I think my kids, I think they'll be ready.
You know, Taylor Dugas was a 4-year starter in center field for the Crimson Tide baseball team, and quite simply one of the best players in Alabama baseball history. But Dugas graduated after 4 years, and he's now plying his trade in the New York Yankees organization. Now, you might be thinking that a player of Dugas' skill, both in the field and at the plate, might be nearly impossible to replace, and Mitch Gaspard would agree with you. But he does feel like that there are players on the team that can help pick up the slack.
The thing about Dugas is you don't replace him, in the next year. But I think with, many of the guys we have, we're going to be able to contribute and do those things. What you're going to miss is just the high on base percentage, the quality of at bat, night in, night out that Taylor provided. And that's something I think with Georgie Salem, that an ultra talented player, but that's going to be the growing process with a guy like George, is just starting to understand how to work those pitch counts and how to create good positive at bats night in, night out.
Dugas, he set the bar really high as far as playing and leadership, and I learned a lot from him last year, and I feel like it's my job to come in and step up and take that role.
The Atlanta Braves introduced their new 25-year-old slugging left fielder Justin Upton today, acquired in a trade with the Diamondbacks. Justin will join older brother BJ, who will play center field in Atlanta. Justin said today that while he's excited to be teamed with his older brother, he does expect that they'll knock heads on occasion.
Go ahead and button her up. Yeah, go ahead and button her up. A few buttons up the top.
But we're going to butt heads a little bit. That's going to be the fun part. We grew up in the same house. We butt heads then, and we're going to be in the same clubhouse, so we're going to butt heads again at this level. So it'll be fun. That's what's going to be fun about it, and there'll be a certain fire there.
So you got the Uptons in left and center and Jason Hayward in right. That is a dynamic outfield. That's a look at sports. We're back after this.
This has been the Tuscaloosa Chevrolet Sports Update on WVUA. Roll, Chevy, roll.
And before we leave you tonight, we want to again take a final look at the school delays for tomorrow. We just confirmed that Shelton State Community College will delay the start of classes until 10:30 tomorrow. Tuscaloosa County schools will be delayed for 3 hours Wednesday. Tuscaloosa City schools are also delayed 3 hours. American Christian Academy says teachers should report at 10 a.m. and students at 10:30. Holy Spirit Catholic School is delayed 3 hours. Tuscaloosa Christian School is delayed until 10 a.m. Bibb County schools and Hale County schools will be delayed the start of class by 3 hours tomorrow morning. Blount County schools will be delayed 3 hours. Fayette County schools delayed 2 hours. Lamar and Pickens County schools have announced faculty reports at 9 a.m. and students report at 10 a.m. Walker County will be delayed 2 hours. Greene County Head Start will start at 9 a.m. Fayette, Lamar, Bibb, Tuscaloosa, and Hale County Head Starts will begin at 10 a.m. The University of Alabama's Ferguson Center will be open all night for students and employees who want to seek shelter on campus until the severe weather clears the area. Officials say they will notify students and employees no later than 5 a.m. if classes or operations